What does it take to build a business empire? Does it take money? Is it connections? Is it luck? Or something far more powerful? The courage to keep going when everything tells you to stop. At just 18, J. Rajmohan Pillai, a first year BCom student's life changed in a matter of days. His father fell seriously ill, and suddenly, the young Rajmohan found himself facing a responsibility he had never prepared for: the family business. Rajmohan had little practical business experience, but the problems waiting for him were anything but small. When he took charge, he discovered that the family business was buried under enormous debt. The liabilities were far greater than the family's assets. And then came the blows that would have broken many, experienced a businessman. Assets were seized, his car was attached, and he was facing more than 175 legal cases. Mind you, he was only 18 years old then. But there was one decision that he made immediately. Before thinking about himself, he thought about his workers. Their wages had to be paid. It was a decision that revealed something about the young man. He might not have known how to solve the crisis yet, but he knew what responsibility meant. At one point, Rajmohan had to pay approximately 55 lakh rupees every month just to meet the interest burden, even before thinking about growth, before thinking about profit, before thinking about expansion. And for the next 27 years, debt repayment became his mission. His priority was to become debt-free. And when another devastating tragedy struck, the sudden death of his brother, Rajan Pillai, Rajmohan was faced with an additional financial burden, reportedly running into hundreds of millions of dollars. And yet, he kept climbing. But Rajmohan Pillai's struggle began long before the business crisis. As a child, he struggled with dyslexia. Studies were difficult. Learning did not always come easily. But there was someone who refused to let him believe that difficulty meant defeat. His mother taught him discipline. She gave him confidence. And when the 18-year-old Rajmohan found himself surrounded by debt and legal battles, it was his mother who encouraged him to stand firm. That lesson would stay with him for the rest of his life. The young man who once fought simply to keep his family business alive would eventually build something much larger, much bigger. Today, Rajmohan Pillai is chairman of the Beta Business Group, with business interests extending across multiple sectors and international markets: cashews, almonds, dates, packaged foods, beverages, logistics, consultancy, entertainment, and much more. His business journey has also taken him beyond traditional industries. He has supported startups, encouraged emerging entrepreneurs, and invested in new ideas and new talent. From a young man struggling beneath a mountain of debt to a businessman presiding over multiple multinational business empires, it is a transformation measured not only in money but in decades of persistence. But for Rajmohan Pillai, business is not the only measure of success. He is also associated with Rajan Pillai Foundation, established in memory of his late brother, the global businessman Rajan Pillai. Since 1997, the foundation has worked in areas including education, sports, arts, entrepreneurship, and social development, particularly supporting socially and economically weaker sections of the society. Because sometimes the greatest legacy of a difficult journey is not what you accumulate, but what you give back. Rajmohan Pillai's journey has also found expression through writing. A businessman, entrepreneur, and author, and has used his experiences to reflect on business perseverance and life. His story offers a lesson that goes beyond the balance sheets, because wealth may be measured in billions, but resilience cannot be measured in money.